It's very therapeutic, it's very aesthetic, and it's very tasty looking. Lunchbox or Bento Box videos are making its rounds on the internet. Why are we so obsessed with watching food being packed into little boxes? Bento food videos may seem like a strange little niche of videos, but it's actually part of the larger theme of food videos. And that's existed for as long as TVs have been in existence. The first cooking show was Cook's Night Out. Unfortunately, back then, TV broadcasts were recorded live, so the actual video footage is forever lost to history, and we only have these few pictures of French chef
Xavier Marcel Boulestin
making an omelette. Classic. Since then, people all over the world has fallen in love with food and cooking-related content in all shapes and forms. Think Martha Stewart, Anthony Bourdain, Netflix, mukbang videos, meal prep videos, and more. There is some science to this obsession with food videos. Of course, human beings need food to survive, but many of us also eat food for fun, like not just for nutrition's sake, but for pleasure's sake. When we eat, our brain releases pleasure hormones such as endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine. Some foods are more pleasurable and release more of these chemicals than others. For example, foods that are more visually appealing and with more tantalizing flavors. When we watch videos or see images of food, similar pleasure centers in our brains are being triggered. And that's what makes us hooked on watching these videos of food, either food being prepared or food being eaten. And what about Bento Box food videos specifically? Bento Box food videos have the additional element of aesthetics. The containers and cutlery are so unique and adorable. The food looks so fresh and are cut into cutesy little pieces too. Things that are visually or aesthetically appealing also trigger the pleasure centers in our brain. In fact, the areas of our brain that is triggered by aesthetics are the same as those that are involved in assessing taste. Evolutionary biology theorists hypothesize that these areas of the brain evolved early on in humans for survival purposes, such as helping humans search for food and find potential mates. But apart from the appetitive allures of these videos, there's also the more cultural, socio-emotional aspect. Food is so integral to human society and culture. It can represent people's childhood, the snacks we used to enjoy as kids, when we're given the occasional treat or allowed to indulge. It reveals what people eat in our family homes, at the dining table with our parents and siblings. And in that way, food can also represent familial love. Food can reveal how the geography and history of a place shapes its culture. For example, spices like cardamom and turmeric are native to India and have been used in its cuisines as early as 8th century BC. Hence, watching food videos can actually feed our social needs and interests in learning more about other people's cultures. In particular, the Bento Box trend rides the Asian wave that has been increasing in popularity. Buoyed by the spread and increasing popularity of Asian entertainment, such as Japanese animes and K-pop, there is also greater interest in the Asian food culture, where there is a tradition of mums and wives packing cooked food into boxes for children and husbands to bring to school or work. These food usually prioritize fresh produce and nutritional value and takes a significant amount of time and effort to prepare. Think steaming fluffy white rice, tamago, finely julienned vegetables, hand-rolled into a sushi or gimbap roll. It's intriguing to see the meticulous preparation process of foods that appear in animes and K-dramas, culminating into a tasteful and tasty box of art. This is vastly different from the snack packs or sandwiches that Western culture is more accustomed to, which usually feature pre-packaged foods and prioritize speed of preparation over health and nutrition. Asian kids used to be bullied for bringing such bentos and packed lunches to school.
I don't want Chinese lunch. I want white people food.
Because they used to be ridiculed and shamed for how different their cuisine looked and smelled. Now that there is increasing cool factor and acceptance of these bento boxes, kids of Asian heritage living in Western societies can more confidently eat their nutritious packed lunches at school. It's unfortunate that it takes an endorsement from an internet trend to lessen bullying and increase cultural tolerance. But it is what it is, and it is for the better than for the worse. This internet trend also points to a shift in mindset to one that is more appreciative of a slower pace of life. The lunch boxes reflect artisanal values of hand-making things from scratch with care and attention. paying attention to fine details of how each ingredient is treated, from cutting to cooking to plating. The aesthetics of these videos are also usually mellow and soft, featuring pastel colors and dreamy lighting. In many of these videos, there is no background music or voiceover, allowing people to appreciate the soundscapes of materials hitting against each other, the clicks and the clacks. Simple, everyday sounds that people will not notice unless they really take a pause. So, no, we're not crazy for binge watching such Bento Box videos. Being attracted to food and hence imagery of food comes from the animalistic part of our human nature, and this phenomenon has long existed. But the recent internet trend of Bento Box videos represents the changing culture of our world to one that is more appreciative of other cultures besides what is shown in mainstream Western media, and one that finds aesthetic pleasure in the idea of simple, mindful living. Of course, I'm not lost on the irony that we are mindlessly scrolling through videos of such mindfully created food. So next time, maybe I'll catch myself before I waste all my hours watching Bento Box food videos. And you can too.